who's leading that effort. I said, you know what, let's go down to Albania. I had such a good experience there. Go check it out, see if there's something
to be with
there.
you, Richard.
And we
Although
were
I'm jealous that you guys are in Albania today.
It's a beautiful place.
Thank you very much for your time. We are here, in fact, indeed in Tirana.
So we went there, we looked for opportunities, and we were able to find
amazing is this country, which, by the way, you have been
this really
first
came
one
from
telling me
obviously a passion
about
and
it
came
for
from
the last
the
few
desire to
years.
build
So
something
you
that
are
I think
already
could
a
be
pioneer,
truly unique
and
in the world.
You were able to bring a lot of press attention to this country, of course, and trends regarding countries.
How did you discover
So how did you
this
get
country, and
comfortable
why
with this market?
did you decide to invest
until
here?
Today, what is
So
your
like all
experience
things
on the
in
ground?
life, it always just kind of
Because we
takes its
spoke a lot
course.
about
I
the
was
opportunities, but
on
you
a
are the
vacation
doer.
after we
You
left
started
government in the
something and
summer
you're
of 2021. We
implementing.
were
So,
on our friend Nat Rothschild's
tell us more
boat.
about how
We got
things
picked
are
up in
going on the
Montenegro,
ground.
and then we started sailing
Well,
over to
like
Corfu.
most things that
And
end
we
up
spent
well,
a couple
you have
days
moments
in
in
Albania
between
where you're like, is
one
this
of the
really
nights
worth it?
there,
What the
Prime
hell am
Minister
I
Rama
doing
came
this
to the
for?
boat. I had not
But
met
I
him
was just
when I
very
was in
intrigued.
government.
We spent about a
But
year
I was
really
very
understanding the market, the
his vision
demographics,
for what he wanted to do with
the
Albania,
trends, the country's
I really
growing
didn't
twice
know
the rate
anything
of
about
Europe.
the country.
But
I
then
didn't
you have to say,
understand,
okay,
is
history
this country which
and the
has a little
darkness
bit
of
of
the
a
history with
mixed
communism
reputation
and
historically,
terrible
is it
leadership
gonna be a clean
actually
place?
led
Is
to
the
it being
government
fully
gonna
undeveloped.
do what they say they're gonna
as a
do? Are
nation.
you gonna
But
be
Eddie
able to
came
get
in, he has
approvals without having
one
to
of the
play
cool
fun
things I was
games?
attracted to is the
Is there
fact
gonna
that
be,
he
different?
seemed like a very
Are they
skilled
gonna deliver
politician
on their
that's very
promises?
strong
And we really
smart
spent
leader,
a
but also the
year
fact that
getting
he was
to
an
know them,
artist.
getting
I
to
thought it would be
understand
very
it, studying the market
cool to
before we
see
went
what a
through.
country
My partner
really
Asher,
led
who's
and
really
built
built
by
by
an
an
artist
artist,
was
was
the man with the
somebody
boots on the
with amazing
ground.
taste
But
and
the more
great
we got into
creativity.
designing, the more we
so,
fell in love with
I was
what
just
we
intrigued
were
by it,
creating,
and
and we
before
felt
we
like the
went to
environment
Corfu,
was
we stopped in
perfect. But
Butrend,
without
which
the
was
great
also
work
a
of
spectacular
the
site and
just
team on the
really
ground. Our
felt to me
partners on
like
the
it showed
ground,
the potential
and
of the country.
The government
So much
really
amazing
creating a
beauty,
very pro-growth
water. We did a
environment,
lot of swimming, a lot of hiking.
We would
the
not have
country
engaged
just had
in
incredible
project.
natural
And one of the
beauty,
great
but it seemed
affirmations
like a
too
place
is
that
when
nobody
when it was
knew
announced
we were doing
understood.
this.
The
And
New York
so
Times said,
didn't
"Oh,
think
there
much
was all
about
these
it for about
laws
a year.
that were changed."
And then about a year later,
we started looking at opportunities, and I said, "I didn't even know about these laws," but I called my partner.
No,
"These are the reasons."
effort. I said,
why we
let's go
decided
down
to
to Albania.
go forward
Such a
with
good
this. He said,
experience there.
New
Go
York
check it
Times,
out.
you can
See if there's
acknowledge
something
that
there.
these are pro-growth
And we were immediately
laws. These
drawn
are
to
laws that
where
people
they
put
would
in
build an
place
airport
in order to
Florida.
encourage development.
Obviously, a
encourage
country is going to
change.
build an airport.
I was
by
listening
the
a little bit
coast
to
and
the
the
place
place
that
that
they
they
think
think
is
is
the
the
most
most
beautiful.
beautiful.
So we went there, we looked for opportunities, and we were able to
places
find
to rise
some incredible. The government in Albania has been doing all those things.
This really came from
investment,
obviously a
to
passion
prosperity,
that came from
attention,
the desire to build
tourism,
something that I think to job growth, truly
to wage growth
in the world. So
all of the right things
you
are
are an
happening
expert
here,
on
and so
understanding
I've been very, very
governments, of
proud to
course, and
highlight
trends
it.
regarding
And
countries.
I get a lot
So
of
how
great
did you
feedback
get
from the Albanians
comfortable
when I
with
go to
this
the
market?
country and
And
the Albanian
until today,
diaspora. Even yesterday,
what is
I met a
your
gentleman who
experience
said,
on the
"I'm
ground?
from Albania.
Because
I'm
we
going to go
spoke
this
a
summer
lot
back
about
to
the
Flora. I've
opportunities,
never
but
been
you are the
there.
doer.
I'm hearing
You
incredible
started
things, and really
something and
thank
you're
you for
implementing.
bringing so much
So,
promotion to our country, which
tell
I
us
think
more
is
about
a
how
total gem of
things
a
are
country."
going on the ground. Tell us
Well,
more about
like
this
most things
project,
that
which
end
is
up well, you have moments in
happening
between
probably
where
one
you're
of
like,
the
"Is
most
this really
beautiful
worth
area
it?
of the
What the
country,
hell
but
am I
also
doing
one of
this
the most
for?"
beautiful area
But I was
with
just
the
very
sea.
intrigued. We
So
spent about a year
could you
really
share
understanding the
more,
market, the
with us about the
demographics,
project and how you
the
plan,
trends. The country's growing
to
twice the rate of
maintain,
Europe.
which is
But then you
essential,
have to say,
the
okay, is
natural
this
environment
country, which
through
has a
the
little bit of a
development process.
mixed reputation historically, is it going to be a
the
clean
natural
place? Is the government going to
and
do what they
makes
say they're going
this
to do?
spot
Are
so
you going to be able
special
to
is
get
the
the
approvals
environment that's
without
there
having
and
to
so
play
we
funny
hired
games?
is there going to be different engineers? Are they going to deliver on
Europe
their promises
to help us with
the
and,
right conservation
we really
programs?
spent
If
a
we
year
getting
don't
to know
respect
them, getting to
the
the
environment,
studying the
the
market,
development
we're
we're
going to
through,
create there,
my
will be
partner
special.
Asher,
So
who
we
was
need to
really
make sure
leading
we
this
really
effort,
preserve
was
the
the man
environment.
with the boots on the
There was
ground.
actually a story.
But the more
saying
we got
were
into
hurting
designing,
some
the
river
more we
delta,
fell in
but
love
that
with
turns
what
out
we
that was
were
8 miles away,
creating,
nothing
and we
to do
felt
with
our
the environment
project
was perfect.
But
So
without
we've been able to get
the great work
to acknowledge
team
that.
on the
And when
ground,
we
the
unleash the
partners on the
plans, people
ground,
will see how
and
we've
the
embraced
government really
the local
creating a
environment,
program,
and we've
we've
really
really
tried
tried
to
to
do
do
something
something
that will
that will
enhance.
But
We
it
would
all
not
really
have
comes
engaged
down
in
to
the
location.
project. And one of the great
Richard. This
affirmations
project
too
is
is when we
60 miles
when it
from
was
Italy,
announced we were
60
doing this,
miles
the New
from
York
Corfu,
Times said, oh, there was
like
all
I said,
these
there's a new
laws that were
changed
changed that benefit your project. Did this happen for you? And I said, I didn't even know about these laws.
The natural
beauty
is incredible. The
locations
are incredible.
Why we decided to go
really
forward
right
with
in the
this.
middle
He
of the Mediterranean.
New York Times
again,
because of that
history,
these are pro-growth
that this country
laws.
had
These are laws that people put in place
the 90s
in order to
encourage
development.
So you don't really get an opportunity
I was listening
like
a little
this
bit
in
to
the
last panel.
Mediterranean.
They're talking about
there's just been a ton of development, and then everything's overregulated to rise, where nothing can get built. The government in Albania has been doing all those things are coming together, and we were, I think, prosperity, that leads to attention. We felt empirically like this made a lot of job growth, so the wage growth, spending a lot of time. So all of the right things are happening to bring this forward, and I think I've been very, very proud to highlight spectacular, which will, I get a lot of great feedback from the Albanians when I go to the country, and the Albanian diaspora. Even yesterday, I met a gentleman who said, I'm from Albania. I'm going to go this summer. I only really know one, which is myself and my wife and our family. So bringing so much, we're really trying to design this, which I think is a total gem of a country, to be a place that we would want to be, a place that we would want to spend the summer. And as I tell different friends and I show them different renderings of what we're doing, they all say, "Oh, can we get a place there next to you?" So I really think we'll build a tremendous community. We're attracting some of the great brands in the world who want to be a part of this. And I think it's going to be incredible. So we're really designing this as the place that we would want to spend our summers. And I believe if we execute that well, a lot of other families will environment and what makes this spot so special is the environment that's there. And so we've hired Arup, who's one of the leading engineers in Europe, to help us with the right conservation programs. If we don't respect the environment, the development we're going to create there won't be as special. So we need to make sure we really preserve the environment. There was actually a story saying we were hurting some river delta, but that turns out that was 8 miles away. It had nothing to do with our project. So I think we've been able to get real estate people that I was always to acknowledge attracted to markets that I felt were very undervalued or the local environment. All the right really tried to do something that will enhance. When I was in New York, I was buying really comes down to location, Richard. So this project became 60 miles from Italy, tops. I was buying in Corfu. And like I said, Brooklyn became exciting. And I was buying in Jersey City soon. Before Jersey City, 10-minute drive became exciting from this project. All of those, the natural beauty is incredible, the location's incredible, where it's all the right fundamentals. You're really right in the middle of the Mediterranean to understand it. Because of the bad history, as we go forward, people will start seeing it until the 90s. Part of it. So number one, it was undeveloped. So you don't really get an opportunity like this in the Mediterranean, where was just scale and the size, and then everything's overregulated, just having all the right elements from a government's perspective. So those things are coming together. We've had very good success in Europe. We haven't done a lot, but we felt empirically like this made a lot of sense. Germany, so we've been spending a lot of time and effort and capital trying to bring this forward. And I think at almost twice the value, we came in very spectacular a year and a half ago and announced that about 6 months ago. And the company now offers almost twice that value. Their growth has been extraordinary from a revenue and a profitability perspective, and they're now expanding. I only really know of one, which is incredible. Myself, we also wife and our family. So invested. We're really trying to design this one of the best, not the best, to be a place that we would want to be, a place that we would want to spend the summer. I think, and as I tell growing like different friends, and I show them different renderings of what we're doing, they all say, "Oh, can we get a place there next to you?" So I really think we'll build a tremendous community, but I think we're attracting definitely our small brands in the world that want to be a part of this. And I think it's going to be incredible. So we're really designing this as the place that we would want to spend our summers. And I believe if we execute that well, a lot of other families will look to make this a place where they'll either want to have a home or they'll want to be visiting with great frequency.
To office. When you started Affinity Partners, we were talking together. What would you see now your strategy, your plan with Europe and other markets? So how come you decided to make this exception? And can you tell us more about what the other investment are you making or considering to make in Europe? And which other opportunities you see in this part of the world?
We find markets and opportunities that are mispriced. When I was in real estate, the thing that I was always more of a attracted to was the markets that I felt were very undervalued, but obviously underseen, but had all the right fundamentals. So when I was in New York, I was buying in Soho before Soho, ones that are really stink, and then also to find new opportunities. Really tops. I was buying in Brooklyn. My partner before Brooklyn became exciting, and I was buying in Jersey City before Jersey City became exciting. Maybe there's some opportunities to different trends have the same thing with Albania, where it's all the right fundamentals. Just really help them trained to understand dividends. So as we go forward, people show the people there that they're going to be a part of it. So number one, it felt like we leaders who joined years ahead of the trend shows, and then number two about the future was the scale and the size, and then it shows a lot of wisdom. The country just having all the right elements from a government's perspective to push it forward. Would want to be. So far, we've had very good success. American investors who are invested in a company called EGIM in Germany, which is who are crushing us in that. So we're looking at opportunities to invest in countries who joined the Abraham Accords, but we're also a year and a half ago opportunities to invest in about 6 months ago. The company now offers that creates that value. economic packages to extraordinary incentivize them. So another one of my partners is Syria, now expanding in the US, which is a big investment package. We also just for Syria, so that if they join the Revolut, which is I think one of the best big incentive to do it, how amazing would it be to have Muslim and Jewish firm working, I think Jewish in the world partners like crazy with American, and very proud to be a part of that. Together to try to bring in Europe, there's definitely opportunities. Something we're looking at. Obviously, there are some complications, but I think there's a ton of potential there. If they were to look at the Abraham Accords, I think that there's a lot of people who want to invest there to help give them the best chance to achieve their full potential. So we're looking at that, but obviously, I think right now with all the President Trump's policies, I think America's going to boom. We're seeing that now in the stock market. We're seeing that in the valuations. There's a lot of really exciting things happening in AI and in the infrastructure around AI. So we're working on that. We've done a whole bunch of investments in insurance, which so the answer is we continue to do great returns on. We're doing. We've invested in Israel $2.5 billion. So we're continuing to be very opportunistic, but I do think international investments. Richard is somebody who helped me with the opportunities that are mispriced. And there's one thing I'm looking at potential around it, more of a personal interest, investment as a way to bring people together, build relationships, and build economies, and ultimately promote the Abraham Accords, create a coalition of people that are just trying to find and also progress and prosperity for their people. I have a partner, my partner over the last 70+ years, which has been about a separation of people by religion. So we've been looking maybe politicians using that to cause bring investment, cause distractions, a country that I know you're very proud of, shortcomings, really help them. When people find investment, it brings jobs, it shows growth, to show that you can help countries grow that are making peace. I think that's rewards because leaders more of a passion than necessarily shows that they're thinking about the future, they're pushing for stability. It shows a lot of wisdom and a lot of forward thinking. So those are the environments accelerate investors would want to be in. And I have a lot of American investors who are very
thank you for being a peace builder.
Who love the Abraham Accords, who want to join us in that. So we're looking at opportunities to invest in countries who have joined the Abraham Accords, but we're also looking at opportunities to invest in countries that might join the Abraham Accords and to create economic packages to incentivize them. So another one of my partners is Syrian, and he said, Jared, we should put together a big investment package maybe for Syria, so that if they join the Abraham Accords, they could have a big incentive to do it. How amazing would it be to have a Muslim and Jewish firm working, Jewish partners, with American, working together to try to bring investment there. So something we're looking at. Obviously, there are some complications, but I think there's a ton of potential there. And if they were to join the Abraham Accords, I think that there's a lot of people who would want to invest there to help give them the best chance to achieve their full potential. So we're looking at that. But obviously, I think right now with all the, President Trump's policies, I think America is going to boom. We're seeing that now in the stock market. We're seeing that in the valuations. There's a lot of really exciting things happening in AI and in the infrastructure around AI. So we're working on that. We've done a whole bunch of investments in insurance, which we're finding great returns on. We did a great investment in Israel in that. So we're continuing to be very opportunistic, but I do think that obviously, Richard is somebody who helped me with the Abraham Accords and sees the passion and the potential around it. If we can use investment as a way to bring people together, build relationships, and to build economies, ultimately we can create a coalition of people who are trying to find progress and prosperity for their people over the historic last 70+ years, which has been about a separation of people by religions and politicians using that to cause distractions and maybe distort from their shortcomings. And so when people find investment, it brings jobs, it shows growth. And if you could help countries grow that are making peace, I think that's an incredible thing. So more of a passion than necessarily a full affinity focus, but something I'm definitely paying attention to and would love to see happen. If we can use some investment to help accelerate peace or to grow peace, I think there's no better thing to do there.
Jared, thank you for being a peace builder. Thank you for bringing peace for prosperity. Thank you for being with us today in Tirana. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you, Richard. All the best. See you soon, my friend.